Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Noah, and I wanted to welcome all of you to another installment of Monologue Monday here on my YouTube channel.
Monologue Monday.
As you can see, we're switching things up just a little bit here. We're not in my usual kind of dark, messy office anymore. We're outside. It is raining, but I wanted to change up the scenery just a little bit for this episode of Monologue Monday. So I want this episode of Monologue Monday to be a sort of subtle reminder of what's really important in life. The reason I chose this topic for this episode of Monologue Monday is because, if you guys aren't aware, I usually spend all of my time in Austin, Texas, and I'm here back in my hometown of Wisconsin for the entire summer. So one of the things that I noticed on this trip especially is how truly fast life goes by when you're not really paying attention to it. So on this trip, one of the main reasons I'm here is because my younger brother just graduated from high school, and it feels like only yesterday he was finishing up with middle school and starting his freshman year.
So for the next hour, I'll be performing my first stand-up special.
And this graduation was obviously a very big part of his life thus far, and it's something that it was a realization point for myself as well, because I feel like, at least personally, these 4 years that he was in high school, I was out of state for the majority of it in Austin, and I feel like these 4 years are years that I'll never really get back. The time that I could have spent with him and so on, and it does make you feel a little bit sad how you can miss out on such a big part of someone's life. But as most things, they're in the past, but we can only kind of move towards the future. But that's really the reason I wanted to make this episode of Monologue Monday, is because I think we as individuals spend far too much time trying to, what's a good way to put it, trying to get a perfect life, right? Try to find a perfect job, a perfect car, a perfect partner, a perfect city for us, a perfect sport, all of these different things. We're always on this pursuit to try to find these things. And I think what generally happens is when you get into this rhythm of trying to find this, trying to find that, it really takes our attention away from important moments in our life. And this is obviously a big reason. A big correlation between my brother graduating, but also with extended family as well, where people just tend to get older, right? Grandparents get older, great grandparents get older, and so on. And there is a realization that that's not going to be forever. And if you spend a lot of time kind of just doing your own thing, trying to find the perfect this and perfect that, those years they're not going to wait for you, right? And you'll never get those years back. So this was just something that I really noticed on this trip back home, and I thought I would just share some of my thoughts on it. So maybe in your own life, it's something that you can kind of think about when you start getting on your own pursuit of happiness as well. I think one of the biggest ways that we as individuals can do better in paying attention to what really matters in life is by getting to a solid position in our life, both financially and for your career as well. At least in my personal opinion, I think getting on a good budget and making the most of the money that you have is a really key component in this. I think a lot of people, they'll have, let's say they're making $50,000 and they're kind of just living with that. Once they get a raise, they start, they'll kind of augment their lifestyle, right? And then, then they need another raise, right? So they'll get another job, and now that money is not enough because their expenses go up and so on. And I think we kind of get caught up in this, and it really takes our attention away from of the things that I just mentioned. And one of the key components here is that you don't necessarily need a exorbitant salary, right? You don't really need a $170,000, $150,000 salary to spend time, do what you need to do in life with saving and investing and so on, and also see people that are important to you, right? See your family members grow up, see your elders get older, and so on. So I think this really comes down to having a good budget for yourself. Like I said, you don't necessarily need a huge salary to really be on a good financial track. I know a lot of individuals that make, sub $60,000, $70,000, that are on better financial tracks than individuals making, $120,000, which is absolutely crazy to think about. But this is a reality where if you are smart with your money, you can travel, you can do this, you can do that, you can have a car, you can have an apartment. You just need to be smart about it. And once we start getting that aspect of our life together, our finances together, our budget together, it really allows us to have more mental capacity to really pay attention to those things that I just mentioned, right? Watching your family members, hanging out with them, watching siblings grow up, and watching them kind of take on their own endeavors and so on. And like I said, it's something that I feel like I missed out on that on this trip back. And now that everything for me financially and career-wise, pardon me, at this point in time is really solid, I can actually finally start to pay attention to what's really important in life. So there you have it. That is your subtle reminder for the day, to really pay attention, pardon me, to the important things in life. And I hope my experience right now can kind of be maybe a forewarning for you, and maybe a lesson for you as well, where trying to chase the perfect outcomes, trying to chase the perfect life is never going to happen, right? There's never going to be a perfect life. So the best thing that I think that we can do is get in a relatively good position and just make the most of it, right? And then we can finally start paying attention to what's truly important in life. And like I said, that's family, friends, and having a good place to call home. But of course, I want to hear from the viewers as well. What do you guys think are important aspects of life that often go overlooked? Please let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. As always, if you've made it this far in the video, I want to thank you so much for your time. I greatly do appreciate it. With all of that being said, I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. And as always, happy financing.